Give it up for Kurt Schneider. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So what is it like for you to create a theme song for an original show on YouTube?
Well, it's a ton of fun,
Yeah.
and I got to work with my friends, the Royal Sons, who are the band who are singing the song and performing it. And they sent me some episodes of the show, and we checked it out, and we tried to capture the vibe of that in the song. And I think it turned out really well, so I'm really excited to see the show and to see the whole series.
Yeah, definitely. What's the vibe of it?
The show has this haunting vibe. It's about these two kids, and no one can find them. They don't know, have they been murdered? Did they run away? What happened? And so the song tries to capture that haunting vibe and the mystery of it all. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we succeeded.
Yeah, and it's an evolution for you because you're known for your originals, covers, but then stepping into producing for a show.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time ever producing a song for a show, so it's definitely a first for all of us, and had a lot of fun doing it. So.
All right, well, I know the chat room wants to get in here to ask you some questions, but first, we've actually got a What's Trending exclusive. A sneak preview of the debut episode of Runaways.
Or the one thing everyone knows is true.
Mason wasn't your typical Danbury prep student?
Yes, of course that's true. Mason's dad was a groundskeeper here, but Mason's just as smart as everybody else. Smarter even.
Wow, that was an exclusive clip. You saw it here first, everyone, and tomorrow you can check out the entire series on Awesomeness TV. But besides producing and collaborating with a ton of people on YouTube, you've been mastering YouTube for years.
I try to write, try to produce, direct videos, put them out. Always trying to do new stuff too, and just try to do things that I like and the people I'm working with like,
yeah.
and make good content.
I hear you. And it was also Michael Jackson's the anniversary or his birthday yesterday. Actually, and that was one of your first viral videos.
It was. Yeah, the Michael Jackson medley was the first one that really took off.
Yeah.
And had been putting videos on YouTube for about a year up till that point, and got about 3,000 followers, which to me at the time was incredible, that 3,000 people would follow and want to see what I put out there, but after that video really snowballed and took off, so definitely the turning point of it all.
Definitely, and now Tyler's in the chat room with all of you. What do people want to ask Kurt?
We've got tons of questions coming in the chat and on Twitter, so tweet them at us at What's Trending, but we have one from @Hannah Peters. Hannah wants to know, if you weren't making music, what else would you be wanting to do right now?
Well, directing films probably doesn't count because that's too similar, but I went to school as a math major. And
mathematician?
Yeah, and I majored in mathematics, and I might be a mathematician.
Wow.
I might be a mathematician.
I could see that. I could see that in you. What else is going on in the chat room?
Sure, okay, so we have a question from the chat itself. Pokey Kooky wants to know, what's your favorite cover music video you've done so far?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to really choose one. I love the medleys, I would say, more than the covers to me, just because they're more interesting to do. If I had to choose one, which I try to love everything I do, otherwise I wouldn't do it.
Yes.
But the Maroon 5 medley that I put up recently, it's all in one shot, and I felt that we did something different that we'd never done before with that one. Every lyric that the singers sing, you see in the video, so there's like t-shirts with the lyrics on them, and posters, and on the fridge there's like words with magnets and stuff, so it's kind of like a live lyric video.
How do you decide what you're going to cover?
It's a mixture of looking at the charts and hearing what's going on the radio and online, and then what we like. So finding the intersection of the two usually, and doing that, and then finding an interesting way to do it. Switching
that's the hardest part.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So switching up the instrumentation, or taking a dancey song and stripping it down to guitar and piano, or just doing it in a different way, making something into a duet in some interesting fashion. Kind of depends on the song, but
All right, let's go back to the fans, because there are a ton of them.
Sure, we have more questions. We have one from Danielle Lally. She wants to know, I love you and Sam. Why do you think you two work so well together?
Well, we actually grew up together, which Yeah, something some people don't know. We went to middle school together.
I saw that on your Wikipedia, actually. It's there. Did you know that?
Now I know that information's out there. We went to middle school. We went to high school. We then went to college. So we've been around each other for forever. We were on the same bus route as on it when we were both in middle school. So we lived down the street from each other.
Yeah.
And just been doing stuff for a really long time. I mean, the first recording we did, I asked Sam to sing something that I wrote in high school, and we recorded it in a living room. Sam sang into a mic, which was just going into the computer, and that was the entire setup, the entire recording setup right there. So hopefully it's come a long way since then.
Yeah,
But
I mean, that is like luck that you would meet someone that's your childhood friend that has that talent, and you're talented too, and that you would be able to collaborate like that.
it's definitely lucky, yeah.
Destiny.
It's coincidence, destiny, fate, some combination of all that, so.
All right, let's go back in the chat room.
Sure, we have a question coming from Pokey1. She wants to know, what YouTube singers would you most want to collaborate with, and maybe celebrities?
Oh.
Well, I've been lucky enough to do a lot of collaborations with YouTube singers, and some incredible people. Christina Grimmie, Alex Scoot, Tyler Ward, Tiffany Alvord, I mean, Sam, of course, Max. I would love to do another thing with Christina. I think that would be a ton of fun. I'd love to do more with people who aren't on YouTube, trying to bridge the gap between traditional music industry and YouTube. Let's see, I mean, I just did this thing with Victoria Justice. I'd love to do something with Ariana Grande. I'd love to do something with
Glee.
I mean, Glee.
All I'm saying is Glee.
Yeah, guys,
Come on.
hit me up. Hit me up. I'm game. Let's do it.
He is like Glee, but the real Glee. I mean, this guy, I watch your videos, and I asked you, hasn't Glee called? Come on.
I would love to arrange music for Glee, like the mashups we do. Hey, hit me up, Glee, wherever you are.
This is a Glee challenge,
let's do
everyone
it.
watching. Hit them up to get him on Glee. Tyler, what else are people saying?
Sure, in the chat, Aloe Mira wants to know, how many instruments do you play, and what's your favorite?
Well, I play a bunch of instruments to a decent level, a level where I can perform them live and track them and record with them. I play piano, guitar, and bass. And every now and then I've been known to bust out the harp or the recorder or other weird, anything that makes a pitch, you can make music out of in some way.
Do you know how to beatbox?
I'm terrible at beatboxing. I
Right.
have done it before, but it's
We won't
it's
ask
not that
you to
pretty.
beatbox. All right, one more from the chat room.
Sure. Okay, well, we want to know, in the chat room, what would you do if you got to collaborate with anybody? What would the song be? What's your #1 song that you could ever cover?
Well, what I really love is original music. So, and it's just kind of a cop-out answer, but
No, but that you're being true to
I
yourself.
love doing original songs with people. I mean, I shot this music video for Alex Scoot, who's another incredible YouTuber, super talented guy, and we put that out, and his album's doing really well. So I want to do more original music, and God, as far as songs to cover, I don't know. There's some like classic songs that like I haven't done that I really want to do. "Fix You" by Coldplay is one of my favorite songs. I haven't done a cover of it yet. And
So finally, before we leave, I actually have one last question. What advice would you give the YouTubers out there and musicians who see what you're doing? You have over 1 million subscribers, and say, I want to be doing this.
don't give up.
Yeah.
You gotta keep putting stuff out there. I mean, as I said, we were putting stuff out for a year before that Michael Jackson medley hit and took off and went viral. But in that time, we got a little following, but it's nothing like, I mean, so you just gotta keep doing it, keep putting out stuff, do what you love, because the chance of you getting like a huge hit right away is really small, so you gotta love it, because otherwise you're not gonna keep with it.
Definitely. And someone who loves you actually wanted to send you a message here on What's Trending Today. We have a little surprise. Your dad sent us this great picture of you from when are you 5 years old?
God.
How cute is that for all your fans? Have you seen this one before? Has this come out of the box before?
I don't recall
The
this
archives?
picture, but I mean, I don't
What-
know
or
where
is
he
this,
found
I guess I'm
this.
assuming this is Halloween.
I would hope so. One would certainly hope this wasn't daily attire.
You posed well even then.
Yeah, not much has changed, I guess. So.
Well, thank you so much, Kurt, for being here today.
Thank
you
you
so
so
much for your
much for having
time.
me. Thank you
For
so
all
much
of
for
your
having me.
questions, also check out Runaways on the Awesomeness TV channel starting tomorrow. Find Kurt on YouTube at youtube.com/Kurt8 Hugo Schneider.